Take a deep breath. Exhale slowly, because this message is no accident. The fact that you found this video right at this moment is not a random algorithm. It is an appointment. A sacred intersection orchestrated by a power higher than you. And this is a whisper from heaven, sent directly to your soul. Listen closely, not with your ears, but with your beating heart. With the deepest part of you that has always believed in magic. You've felt it for a long time, haven't you? A faint echo, a nameless feeling that creeps into your mind in the quietest moments. When the world outside falls silent, when the noise of daily life subsides, a deep, persistent knowing rises from the very core of your being. This is not a fleeting thought. This is not a shallow wish woven from romantic movies or fairy tales. No, this is a soul truth, a recognition etched into your spiritual DNA. It is a low, steady note playing beneath the chaotic symphony of your life. It's there in the most sincere prayers you offer in the dead of night, when you lay down your burdens and surrender your faith to the universe. It's there in the secret hopes you dare not speak aloud, for fear that saying them will make them vanish. And it's there, most clearly, in the vast silence of the night, when the world seems to have forgotten you, when you feel most alone. But it is in that very solitude that your soul remembers. It remembers that there is someone destined for you, someone whose existence is connected to yours by an invisible, unbreakable thread. This feeling transcends the normal perception of the five senses. It cannot be measured. It cannot be proven by logic. It is an inner knowing, an awakening of a deep spiritual consciousness, a reminder that you are not alone on this journey. The person your soul longs for is not a possibility or an option. They are an inevitability. They are a chosen soul, a name written beside yours in the sacred book of destiny. Long before you took your first breath in this world, let the truth sink in. This relationship is not a product of chance or luck. It is part of a grand plan, a divine blueprint drawn by the hand of the Creator himself. This message is not merely a romantic love story. It is a lesson in alignment, in sacred timing, and in a connection so transcendent it bypasses this physical body to touch the deepest layers of the soul. The importance of this relationship extends beyond your personal happiness. It carries a greater purpose. It is the union of two energies, two flames, destined to come together to create light, healing, and love, not just for themselves, but to radiate it out into the world around them. This is a purposeful union, an event that has been prophesied. In the spiritual realm, in the kingdom of angels, in the realm of spirits, the name of the person you will marry is not a secret. It has been known for a very long time. Their identity and destiny have been set, and heaven has been aware of this sacred link since the dawn of time. Picture this. The angels tasked with protecting and guiding you not only know their name, but their face has been shown to them. They have witnessed the karmic cord that connects the two of you, even as you walked separate paths in different parts of the world, unaware of each other's existence. This paints a picture of astonishing divine preparation and protection, where the angels serve as guardians, silent guides for a love that has already been blessed. So why didn't you know this sooner? Why did you have to go through so much pain, so much waiting? God has hidden certain things from you until now. But this act of concealment was not to punish you or keep you in the dark. Quite the opposite. It was an act of immense mercy. It was an act of protective love. God concealed their face and identity to protect your heart while it was still too fragile, while it was still in the process of mending from the wounds of the past. He knew that if revealed too soon, your heart might not have been able to bear the weight, or you might have tried to force the connection before you were both truly ready. Every delay, every setback you felt was part of this protective plan. It ensured that you would be fully prepared, that your heart would be completely healed before you stepped into the most important relationship of your life. And now, here is the good news. That healing process is happening right now. The broken pieces of your soul are being gathered and mended. The trust that was shattered, the faith that was broken, the hope that withered in the disappointments of the past, all of it is being carefully rebuilt by the unseen hands of heaven. You are being restored completely, not just emotionally, but spiritually. The scars are fading, giving way to new soul skin, stronger and more resilient than before. Why is this healing so critical? Because the connection you are about to enter is not a half-hearted relationship. It demands a whole version of you, not a broken, defensive, and fearful version. Not a version that shrinks from old pains, but a version that is healed, that has rediscovered its worth, and is ready to love and be loved, completely and unconditionally. Heaven is preparing you so that you can receive this great blessing without being overwhelmed or destroyed by it. Now, let's talk about them. That person, the soul destined for you. Who are they? What have they been through? And why is your connection so profound? This may astound you. The person you will marry has felt your spirit long before your bodies had the chance to occupy the same physical space. This isn't a whimsical idea. It's the truth of a deep spiritual connection, one that transcends all barriers of space and time. They have dreamt of you. There have been nights they've woken up with a strange feeling, a longing for someone they've never met, a face they can't quite recall, but a feeling that is intensely familiar. They have wondered if they were losing their mind, constantly feeling that someone out there was made just for them. Their soul, on a deeper level of consciousness, has been aware of your presence on this planet. This awareness may not have been a conscious process, not through earthly details like a name or an address, but through energy, through recurring dreams, through quiet moments when their heart felt a pull, a tug in a direction they couldn't explain with words. They felt your frequency like a distant but incredibly familiar melody, and that melody has been silently guiding them, slowly, surely, towards you. When you meet, you will understand. You are not a stranger to their soul. Not at all. You are a familiar ache. You are a remembered prayer. You are the answer to questions they have whispered into the darkness. Their soul will recognize you instantly. There will be an intense feeling of coming home, a sense of peace so profound it's unsettling, as if they have traveled a very long way and have finally found a resting place for their spirit. They may not have had a clear picture of your face in their mind, but they had your frequency, the sound of your soul, and that has acted as a spiritual compass, an invisible lighthouse, guiding them through the storms of life to find their way back to you. Please do not mistake your destined person for a perfect saint. No, their path, just like yours, has never been paved with roses. They have fought their own battles, battles that no one else has seen. They have made mistakes, so many mistakes. They have chosen the wrong relationships, placed their trust in the wrong people, listened to the wrong voices of fear and insecurity instead of the voice of truth. They have wandered, they have been lost, and there have been times they felt completely without direction. But, and this is the most miraculous part, at the center of all their wandering, all their mistakes, all their pain, there has always existed an unbreakable spiritual thread, a golden thread tied securely to your name. No matter where they went, what they did, who they loved, that thread remained, like an unconscious reminder that they belonged somewhere else, to someone else. And every single heartbreak they endured, every tear they swallowed, every delay, every disappointment, none of it was in vain. It was shaping them. It was sculpting their soul. Every trial was preparing them to be able to hold your heart with the utmost reverence and appreciation. The pain taught them the value of true love. The betrayal taught them the value of loyalty. The loneliness taught them the value of a genuine connection. It was all preparation. And this is where your connection becomes so astonishingly deep. They have fought the same battles as you. They too have been betrayed by someone they loved most. They too have been abandoned at the times they needed love and support the most. This parallel experience of suffering creates an unbreakable bridge of empathy between your two souls. They have built fortified walls around their heart. They have worn masks to hide their vulnerability. They have smiled in crowded rooms while, on the inside, they just wanted to scream. Do you recognize that picture? Is it familiar to you? But deep inside, despite all the pain, a whisper kept them going. A tiny, hopeful whisper. And it was the very same whisper that kept you going. You are meant for someone different. Don't give up. That whisper was the undying hope, the guidance from heaven, the lifeline in the darkest of times. They have had to fight emotional betrayal from someone they once naively believed would be by their side forever. They have had to hold back tears. In public, trying to appear strong while their inner world was crumbling. There were afternoons they sat alone in their car after work, staring into space and asking God in desperation, will I ever be loved the way I was made to be loved? Will anyone ever see me? Truly see me? These moments of profound vulnerability and longing were heard. Every prayer, every tear was recorded by heaven. And it is those very experiences that make them so relatable and understandable to you, because you have been there too. When you are finally allowed to look into their soul, you will be shocked. Not a negative shock, but a breathtaking astonishment. You will be shocked to discover the real person, the one hidden behind the shell they present to the world. The world may only see their exterior, their beauty, their style, their confidence, their quick wit, or perhaps their quiet, reserved nature. The world judges based on what the eye can see, but heaven sees deeper, and soon you will be given the eyes to see deeper too. You will be allowed to look into the essence of their soul. Inside them is a soul whose fire perfectly matches yours. It is a similarity of energy, of passion, of core values. When these two flames meet, they will not burn each other out. They will merge, creating a single flame that is bigger, brighter, and warmer. Their eyes hold a gentleness that no school could have taught them. It is an innate gift, a natural kindness, a genuine compassion that comes from a well-traveled soul. Their heart has a capacity for loyalty that cannot be shaken by any of life's storms. When they commit, they are there. Their loyalty isn't a daily choice. It's a part of their nature. They have walked through the hellfire of pain without losing their softness. This is a phenomenal strength. Many people, after being hurt, become hard, bitter, but not this person. They have held on to their gentleness. They have held on to their kindness. They have cried alone in the dark. But when the sun rises, they still choose to treat the world with kindness. They were not born perfect, but they have been sculpted by life and pain into a work of art. A person capable of loving deeply, being fiercely loyal, and standing as solid as a rock when life tries to shake everything apart. They are a deep thinker. They process emotions subtly and quietly. They will notice the little things about you that no one else ever has. And this is the most important part. They will hold that knowledge of you with absolute reverence. They will never use your vulnerabilities, your fears, as ammunition against you in an argument. Instead, they will use that understanding to protect you, especially at times when you cannot protect yourself. They are not an attention seeker. They may not be the loudest voice in the room, but their silence speaks volumes. Their presence carries a weight, a peace that you can feel, and you will be surprised by how spiritual they are. Not because they quote scripture or preach lofty teachings, but because they live those spiritual values. You will see it in the compassion they show to others. in the fact that they have prayed for you long before they knew your name, in the way they treat a stranger, a waiter, a janitor with the same level of respect. And you will see it in the way they defend your honor and your name, even in rooms you have never entered. That is the definition of a beautiful soul. Where actions speak for everything, you will be shocked. You will stand in silent awe when you are permitted to see the part of them that no one else in this world knows. The part of their mind they hide from everyone. They are strong, yes. The world sees them as resilient, but they also carry invisible burdens that no one sees. There are nights they lie awake and question their own worth. There are moments they overthink everything, replaying every word they said, every action they took, terrified they might have hurt someone. There are times they look in the mirror and ask themselves the painful question, will I ever be good enough for someone who can truly see me? This insecurity is not because they lack confidence. It's because, in the past, they have been profoundly misunderstood. They gave the best of themselves and were taken for granted. They opened their heart and were taken advantage of. Their fear is not weakness. It is the scar tissue from battles they had to fight alone. They once gave their entire heart to someone who treated it with cruelty. They once placed their full trust in people who exploited their kindness. They gave chance after chance to souls who were not ready, souls who could not reciprocate the depth of their affection. And each time they had to turn and walk away, they lost a piece of themselves. They became more cautious, more defensive, until one day they couldn't take it anymore, until they grew through the pain, until they finally let go of control, looked up to the heavens, and surrendered completely. That was the moment they said, God, I'm tired. I don't want to try anymore. I just want the one you made for me, only them. And that moment of sacred surrender is when everything began to shift. That is when heaven got the signal. That is when your name was brought before the throne once more. That is when the angels were given a new assignment, not just to protect you individually anymore, but to prepare the path for your destined meeting. And now that preparation is nearly complete. Their heart, which had grown hard, is now softening again. Their mind, which once spun with anxiety, is now being healed. Their spirit, which had lost faith, is now beginning to trust again. And you yourself, are coming into their vision, not in flesh and blood, but in energy, in light. You are appearing in their life as a kind of light they had forgotten even existed. You are the answer to prayers they had even stopped praying, thinking they would never be answered. You are the sound of peace they thought they would never hear again. Listen now. Right now, the season has shifted. The old cycle is over. A new cycle is beginning. The currents of fate are undergoing a major shift. Heaven is actively at work in your life and in theirs. A spiritual house cleaning is taking place. Every false face, every insincere friend, every relationship that was only draining your energy is being gently removed. Every wrong voice, every piece of advice born from fear and jealousy is being silenced. Every counterfeit connection that tried to confuse and cloud your path is being severed, so that what is destined can become clear and unmistakable. You might feel a bit of chaos. You might see certain people suddenly exit your life. Do not hold on. It is part of the process. Heaven is creating a sacred, clean space for this meeting. You need to know this. From the very first day you cried out for a true love, the Archangel Michael, the general of heaven's army, has stood guard over your heart. He and his angels have been your silent protectors. Every time someone with impure intentions tried to deceive their way into your life, he intervened. Every time a relationship that looked perfect on the outside but carried hidden motives came close, he created invisible barriers to block them. You will never know the spiritual battles that were fought just to protect your future marriage. You will never see the poisonous arrows that were stopped before they could ever reach you. But you felt the results of it. You felt the delays. You felt the frustration as relationship after relationship went nowhere. You wondered why you were so unlucky, and love. It wasn't bad luck. It was sovereign protection. And now, that protection is shifting into a new phase, the phase of convergence. And you will feel the difference palpably. The heaviness will be replaced by lightness. The confusion will be replaced by clarity. So how will you meet? Here is the advice from heaven. Let go of every script you have written in your mind. Do not be surprised when your paths cross in the most unexpected way, a way you could never have imagined. It may not be through the methods you think. It may not be a lightning strike, moment like in the movies, not a rush of romantic sparks at first sight. This connection is too sacred to begin superficially. It may begin through a friendship, a genuine, pure friendship. It may begin through divine timing, when you both show up in the same place, at the same time, to help each other or to work on a project together. Or it may begin with just a conversation, an ordinary conversation that touches you on a deeper level than any physical touch you have ever known. A conversation after which you feel completely seen. Remember, the angels are coordinating this meeting with a very specific purpose. The initial purpose is not for public display, not so you can show the world you found the one. The initial purpose is for private healing. Because before a love can be publicly declared, its foundation must be built solidly in silence and privacy. You both need the space to understand each other, to heal each other, to build trust without the scrutiny or judgment of the outside world. And the truth is, that sacred, silent bond has already been forming in the spiritual atmosphere around you right now. Your energies have already begun to merge. The foundation has been laid in the unseen realm. Long before any physical interaction, there will be a moment. It is coming very close. A moment when you look into their eyes, and you won't just see their color. You will recognize something ancient, something so familiar, it sends a shiver down your spine. As if your two souls were once part of the same breath, the same star, somewhere very far away, a very long time ago. And in that moment, your mind will go silent. All analysis, all doubt will dissolve, and only one question will echo in your soul. Where have you been all this time? But the truth is, they have always been near. Their spirit has always been close. Heaven was just keeping you both hidden from each other, until it was safe, until it was real, until it was time. Your human mind may be tempted to overthink it. You might start to analyze, to question. Is this real? Am I imagining this? These doubts are natural, but God says you will not know this person by logic. You will know them by a profound sense of peace. The right one, the one sent by God, will never rush you. They will not pressure you. They will not make you feel confused or insecure. They will not play mind games or manipulate your love. The right one will speak to your soul before they want to speak to your body. The right one will look at your scars, your flaws, and call them beautiful, because they understand that those things made you who you are today. The right one will be able to sit in your silence for hours, and you will still feel completely seen and understood. And when you look at them, when you hear them say your name with a strange reverence, when you feel that sacred recognition wash over you, your soul will whisper in contentment, "It was all worth the wait." We have been wrongly taught that love is about finding a perfect person. But the message from heaven today is this: true love is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about having someone who is willing to be there through the sunny days and the stormy nights. It is about your soul finally recognizing its own reflection in another. Not an identical copy, but a complementary piece. a harmony of similarities and differences. The right person sent for you will never expect you to be perfect. They are not coming to find a finished product. Instead, they will inspire you to become more whole, to reach for the best version of yourself. They will not try to fix you because you are not broken. They will love you unconditionally while you are healing and rising. They will not control you. They will partner with you. They see you as an equal, a co-creator on the same path. The right one will look at the aspects of yourself you are most insecure about, the flaws you've always tried to hide, and they will call them beautiful. They will see the beauty in your authenticity, in the scars that tell your story, in your vulnerability. They are not showing up as a savior to rescue you from your life. They are showing up as a partner, a teammate, to build a new life with you, an empire of love and peace. When you are with them, you will be amazed at the feeling of familiarity, not just in their looks or the way they talk, but in the way their energy calms your nervous system. For the first time in a very long time, maybe for the first time in your life, you will feel your nervous system completely relax in the presence of another person. There will be no anxiety about what to say next, how to act. There will be no rush, no pressure, just a deep, abiding peace that settles over you. That kind of peace is a whisper that says, you can stop fighting now. You can breathe. You are safe here. It is a profound release, a homecoming where you can be your most naked self without fear of judgment or abandonment. They will hold your hand with honor, not with control. They will speak to you with honesty, not for performance or to impress. And for the first time in a long time, you will not feel like you have to constantly prove your worth, because they already see it from the very beginning, and they will protect it and cherish it like a treasure. They will listen to you with complete patience. They will not interrupt you or rush to offer solutions. They will just listen to understand. They will respond to everything you share with compassion, and they will love you without any games or gimmicks. Their love is pure, direct, and mature. This person coming to you is not a naive soul who has never known pain. They have survived their own storms. They have faced their own demons. And because of that, they are not afraid of yours. What they crave now is not dramatic love affairs. What they want is peace, stability, the sound of shared laughter over the small moments of life, praying together in the quiet hours, dancing in the kitchen while cooking a meal, holding your hand tight when everything else seems to be falling apart. They want to build something with you that lasts, something that no one and nothing can break. So, you do not need to be afraid of the one who is coming. You do not need to doubt if you will miss them. When the time comes, the connection will be undeniably clear. This relationship will not be without its challenges. Life will still happen. There will be misunderstandings, difficulties, bad days. But challenges do not scare this person. They will not run when things get hard. Instead, they will stand their ground, roll up their sleeves, and say, "We will get through this together." They will protect you, both in silence and in public battles. They will speak the truth, even when it's not easy to hear, while others hide behind the comfort of sweet lies, and they will be the one to remind you of your own inner power, especially at times when you start to shrink, to forget the greatness you were born to be. This person will be the embodiment of divine support. There will be days you are so tired, so exhausted, you can't even put your pain into words. On those days, they won't need an explanation. They will feel it. They will quietly carry that burden with you, not by solving your problems for you, but by being present with you, lending you their strength until you find your own again. They will pray for you in rooms you will never even know about. They will speak your name in conversations with God, asking for blessings and protection over you. They will study your soul the way the world studies fashion trends, not to judge or to fix you, but to understand you as deeply as possible. They want to know what makes you laugh, what makes you cry, what lights the fire within you, and what makes you feel safe. In a world of empty promises and fleeting feelings. Their love language will be consistency. Their love is not shown in expensive gifts or flowery words. It is shown in small, steady, daily actions. The morning text, showing up when they say they will, the way they keep their promises, no matter how small. This consistency will rebuild your trust, brick by brick. It will show you that safe, reliable. Love is real. And their mind, you may be shocked. Because while they have an incredibly gentle and loving heart, they also possess a razor-sharp intellect. They are a deep thinker, capable of processing information and emotion at a very high level. They will notice things about you that no one else has. They will notice the way your eyes change color slightly when you're tired. They will notice the small shift in your tone of voice when you're trying to hide sadness. They will feel your energy shift instantly when someone disrespects your boundaries. And as was said, they will hold all of that deep knowledge of you with reverence. It will never become a weapon. It will never be used against you in a fight. Instead, it will be used to protect you. When they see your energy change, they might gently pull you out of the situation or simply stand a little closer to you, like an invisible shield. That is love in action. But again, do not expect perfection. This person is not a flawless angel who has descended to earth. They are a human being. They have made mistakes in their past. They have hurt people, whether intentionally or not. And they have been deeply hurt as well. There are things they are still learning. There are triggers from their past that they are still healing. There are old behavioral patterns they are still working to unlearn. But here is what makes all the difference. They are committed. They are committed to truth. They are committed to personal growth. They are committed to God, to love, and to you. It is that unwavering commitment that matters most, because it shows they are willing to do the work, willing to face their own shadows to become better every single day. This relationship will be a space for the deepest conversations you have ever had. You will not just talk about dreams and career goals. You will talk about the things of the soul, about pain, about healing, about purpose, about eternity. We'll laugh together at the silliest things, and you will cry together without shame. You will build daily routines that feel sacred, morning coffee in silence, long walks without the need for words, praying together before big decisions, and tight hugs that say everything when life gets too heavy. And in that safe and loving space, you will begin to rediscover parts of yourself you buried long ago. The creativity you thought you lost, the childlike joy, the softness you had to hide to be strong, the curiosity about the world. This relationship will not take anything from you. It will give you back to yourself. And the magic is, the healing will not stop with just the two of you. The energy of love and peace you create will have a ripple effect. Friends and family will notice the change in you. They will say, "There's something different about you. You seem so peaceful, so happy." Strangers you meet will feel your harmony and ask, "How long have you two been together?" And you will just smile, because in your heart, it will feel like forever. Not because it was always easy, but because it was written in the stars. Your union will be a living testament to those around you that true God-ordained love is real. Did you know? All the time heaven was protecting you. They were doing the same for them. The person you will marry has also been protected from the wrong people. They too have been shielded from false relationships, from wrong decisions that could have completely derailed their spiritual journey. The same angels that hovered over you, hovered over them. There were moments they almost gave up, but a miraculous intervention occurred. There were voices that tried to distract them from their path, but heaven gently course-corrected them. This protection was equal and total for both of you. And now, the result of all that preparation, protection, and healing is this. You are both moving towards each other, not as perfect people, but as aligned people, hearts healed, spirits lifted, purpose clarified. You will know it is them, not because they will complete you like a missing puzzle piece. That concept is flawed. You are already whole. You will know it is them, because their presence will call forth the wholeness that is already within you. They will challenge your ingrained fears with their gentle truth. They will be the one to remind you who you are. When the world and its negative voices try to make you forget, they will walk beside you. Not in front to lead, not behind to follow, but beside you, shoulder to shoulder, soul to soul. A divine partnership. Remember this. True love, the kind that heaven writes, doesn't just arrive. It returns. It is a homecoming, a recognition, a reunion of souls who have known each other before. It feels like a return because this love has always existed in another realm, just waiting for the right time to manifest in this physical world. Somewhere between the silence you kept and the prayers you whispered into your pillow at midnight, heaven began to write a story not just for you, but through you. This story is not built on fairy tale fantasies or flawless people. It is a story about the sacred alignment of two hearts that were carved in different seasons of storms, refined through different fires of trial, but destined to finally become one single flame. And now, in this very moment, as your soul listens to these words, God is gently lifting the veil just a little more. He is allowing you a glimpse into the mystery of the person you are about to marry. Understand, they are not being sent to fill your loneliness. They are being sent to answer the calling of your soul. This person is not coming because you are desperate for love. They are coming because your soul has completed a profound preparation it didn't even know it was undergoing. All those days you thought were wasted, all those nights your chest ached, but you had no words for the pain. They were not empty. They were sacred seasons. In those seasons, heaven was silently preparing the soil of your heart. They were pulling up the weeds of self-doubt, the poisonous plants sown by false loves, shallow words, and temporary hands. They were making the soil of your soul fertile. And now that soil is ready. Something sacred, a flower of true love, is about to bloom. You have seen glimpses of their personality already, haven't you? Perhaps in strange dreams, perhaps in fleeting visions during meditation, perhaps just as an intense feeling, a knowing of someone, so vivid it was impossible to ignore. But what you haven't seen is how deeply they mirror your soul. The softness you've always carried, they carry it too, though they may rarely show it. The fire in you that refuses to give up, that fire of resilience and hope, they have that same fire. Even in moments they felt completely unseen. You will be shocked, not because they are perfect, but because they are uncannily familiar. They feel like home, not the physical house you grew up in, but the home your soul has always been longing for. Their face is not just made of physical features. It is made of intention. When they smile, it is a smile with purpose, to bring warmth. When they listen without pretense. They genuinely want to understand. And when they look at you, they don't just see your exterior. Their gaze cuts through every layer, straight to your essence. They see who you are when no one else is around. They will not praise you for what you do, for your performance. They will honor you for your presence, for who you are. And their mind. Oh, their mind is a universe. It is multi-layered, deep, thoughtful, yet at times so still. It is a combination of thinking storms and golden sunsets of wisdom all in one. They may not be the most talkative person, but when they do speak, Their words will enter your soul like seeds. And days later, you will find yourself remembering something they said at the exact moment you needed to hear it most. Their thoughts are not full of arrogance, but full of purpose. They think before they speak. They feel before they react. They sense the energy of a room before forming an opinion. And that sensitivity will surprise you, because you may have never met someone so spiritually aware, attuned and alert. But in the end, this relationship is not just about compatibility. You can be compatible with many people. This relationship is about a calling. You are being brought together not just to make each other happy. You are being brought together to fulfill a joint mission, a higher purpose that God has ordained. Your love will become a beacon, a source of strength to create positive change in this world, big or small. And now, brave soul, this message is coming to a close. But your journey is just beginning. Everything you have endured, every tear, every moment of waiting was not in vain. They were all part of the greatest love story being written for you. Heaven has heard your prayer. The preparation is nearly complete. The veil is being lifted. Trust. Hold on to faith. Keep healing. Keep becoming the best version of yourself. Because the one destined for you, they are doing the exact same thing. And they are on their way. If this message has touched your heart, if you feel the truth in these words, receive it as a personal confirmation from the universe. This is no longer a time for doubt. This is a time to believe. To seal this energy, to send a clear signal to heaven that you are ready. Perform an act of faith right now. Comment below this video in all capital letters. I am ready to receive my divine love. Every time you see your comment, let it be a reminder of this promise. Share this video with a friend who you feel also needs to hear this message. Love and healing are meant to be spread. Remember, you are worthy of a love that is beyond anything you have ever dreamed. A love that was written for you. A love that is on its way home. Get ready, because it is closer than you think.